Hello folks, welcome back to the Tractorfella channel, where we know nothing about tractors. On today's episode, we're going to take this lovely little weed eater, 22-inch mowing deck, and we're going to see if we can make it run. My wife was driving down the road not too long ago, saw this little baby on the side of the road and said, I bet my husband would like that. So she muscled it up into the back of the Yukon, and well, here we are. Let's go see what we have in store. So what do we have here? We have a weed eater with an SQ 4.5 horsepower, Briggs and Stratton, briggsandstratton.com. We have a dog with half of a little blue ball that's actually been really robust for him. What do you think, Tite? Yeah, you're a good boy. 22-inch cutting deck. It has 4 wheels. They are manually adjustable for each wheel. We have a ripcord. Does it rip? I don't know. Oil sump. Let's see what's in this baby. A lot of neglected oil would be my estimation there. Gas tank. And traffic. There is what appears to be some form of a petroleum distillate in there. Let's give it a sniff check. Can I get my nose down there? It smells like decent gas. Almost smells like 2-stroke gas. That's interesting. Primer bulb. Will it squish? It will. Not very willingly, but it will. Throttle. Actually, I don't know if that does a dang thing. This may be a 1-speed governs all. Cobwebs. Check. Spark plug. Check. It is a Champion RJ19LM, perhaps? We'll find that out later. Air filter, to be determined. Go and stop bar. Does it go? It does. And I can see way down yonder, it is in fact actuating the go, no-go bar. So that's exciting. Blade. Yeah. We have a crusty, rusty deck with a blade. That's encouraging. Whether or not anything is straight down here, I guess we'll find out later. Ripcord. Will it rip? Ouch. What was that? Oh, that was my little winch controller. It felt great. Feels like we have compression. Okay, that's a good sign. Air filter. Let's see what we have in store for us. Dog. Check. Your skills are above all. Air filter. Not clean. Thankfully I bought some cheap replacements from the rainforest site. Dude, no. Fetch. Fetch. Thank you. Intake appears to be clean. This little guy needs a bit of a bath, so we're going to go ahead and put that air filter right back where we got it until we blow off all the debris and other collected material that this mower has accumulated over the years. Yes, I know this is probably not the right way to put it on. It's definitely not the right way to put it on, but it'll protect the intake. Let's get some compressed air and blow out all that garbage. Why was she left on the side of the road? Got an upgraded model? Stopped operating properly? Hit something and bent the crankshaft. Dog dropped an object in front of the mower. Mower hit the object and bent the crank. Many possibilities. So let's start by seeing if we have some spark, because spraying it with throat spray is just way too easy. What are some reasons you find folks have discarded a mower? Just got old, didn't perform too well, broken, messed up, bent, left alone for too long, soaked in something that looks like oil. Holy cow. That's not fuel. There you go. There's our plug. Champion RJ19LM, drenched in what appears to be oil. Maybe that's from transport. Maybe that's because the person who owned the mower actually liked the mower, and so they put some oil in the crankcase. I don't know. I had somebody on one of my other episodes say, "Shame on you for using sandpaper on a spark plug." And I said, "Shame accepted." Yeah, I get it. Sand leaves potential granules that can be put into the crankcase and scratch the bore, but we'll just go ahead and do everything we can to make sure that doesn't happen. Because I don't want to upset my community. Oh, geez. What am I thinking? Also, this is extremely fine sandpaper. Does it leave a lot behind? No, it really doesn't. Let's go ahead and blow this little guy out. There we go. Any sand that was left in there should be gone. Should be. 'Tis a beaut of a day today. 70 degrees Fahrenheit, even though it may be. Yep, there we go. Ah, that's hot. Even though it may be a little cloudy. It's nice to have some weather that's not completely cold and miserable. Okay, that should burn out, hopefully, most of the oil that's down in the plug. Hot? Not hot. Okay, hot. Oh. Okay. Set up our sparking apparatus here. There we go. Okay, let's see if we have spark. Gonna have to review the video for that one. Oh yeah, we have all the spark. Okay, let's put that plug back in the hole, see if we can get it to pop. Ouch, still hot. We'll start with a little throat spray. Watch, we'll give it a shot of the juice and it'll just take off and keep running. Maybe they got rid of it because the bar that goes through here to hold on the grass deflector decided to go on walkabout. We're gonna have to take this shroud off and pull all the grass out of there so we don't overheat. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this does nothing. That does nothing. That's okay. Throat spray of the day. Providence. 20% ether starting fluid for gasoline and diesel engines. Contains upper cylinder lubricant. If we learned anything from the last video, shake up your cans that have cylinder lubricant, because it might all settle at the bottom, and that could be the only thing that comes out, especially if it's been sitting for a while. Okay, that should be enough. Tighten. Not safe. Fetch it up. Out, 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 out. Good boy. And go. Well, that was a mammoth-sized puff of oil. Holy cow. You see it floating away? Maybe a perfectly healthy engine. I don't really know. It smells like ether in here. Side note, I'm extremely disappointed with the recording ability of this phone. One, playback on my video editor is extremely washed out. And two, the audio does some weird things, and I really don't like it. I kind of want my old phone back. This is it's a little disappointing. Mic check 1, 2. All right, so I'm highly disappointed in the audio quality of this phone, so we are going to switch to the microphones. What I want to do next, I'm going to put some gasoline into this machine, and we're going to, oh, come on. I have to have some gas somewhere. Are you serious? Oh, okay, good. Oh, no, it's mix. Well, this is ridiculous. Guess I need to know. There you are. Guess I know what I need to do soon. We'll put the shot in here and dilute whatever's in there. We're just going to go for it. And traffic. I got to remember that I don't have to yell when I'm away from the camera. And see if the primer even works. 1, 2, 3 shots. We'll do a 4th for good measure. And go. Okay. So we got a pop and stop. I'm guessing our hydrocarbon distribution center is not in great shape. Could also be the fact that we need an air filter on there. So let's go ahead and change that out. Okay, let's check the stash station.
Dad?
Yeah.
A hawk was just flying by really close to the ground. Would you mind if I put the chickens in?
You don't have to, because we have a black chicken and they look like crows, and so the...
Not all of them are black like Goldilocks.
Yeah, but they're not going to come approach because they look like crows and they don't want to mess with crows.
Oh, there are crows here, right. They have a nest.
Okay, let's see if... I know for a fact we have some new rainforest site filters in here. Oh, look at that beauty. Might as well be brand new. Oh, wait. It is brand new for once. Ew. Oh, that's an authentic BNS filter. Ew. And there we go. Okay, let's install this. All right, we'll put it on the correct way this time. Make everybody happy. And there we go. Okay, try again. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna let that run outside for a while and see if things clear out. Holy smokes, literally. So with the wind, you can't tell if it's still smoking. Let's find a better spot. So she's starting to smell a little hot, so I think we need to take that shroud off the top and clean out any debris that may be living in there. Okay, first, dipstick. What do you think? 7? 6. Wow, this thing stinks. It smells like hot. Oh, it smells like it's standard, not metric. 1/4. Oh yeah. Got another bolt here for the tin. 3/8. And another 3/8 over here. And one in the front. Oh boy. I have a feeling this is our issue. Let me get my trash can. Most important tool in the garage. Go. dog right on the hardware. Nice, nice tighten. Very nice. So if I had to guess, this thing's been overheating for a good portion of its life, and that may be why we're in the situation we're in with oil consumption. Okay, let's make a mess. Okay, we are looking a lot better. I have done my best. No, I have not done my best. I need to get down right down there. All right, so I'm gonna get a pick all that stuff out of there, and we'll keep on trucking. Okay, let's put this cover back on. Now that we're all nice and clean and we can breathe, just kidding, I haven't cleaned out the other part of the nest. And by nest, I mean grass. There we go. That looks good. Now we're looking nice and clean. We should be able to adequately cool this beast. So let's go ahead and put the cover back on. No. Thank you. All right. 3/8 first. Today's torque spec is 7 to 8 ugga-duggas. Okay. I think we're in business. Fetch. Fetch. Out. We're going to want to make sure not to move this. Skip that part. That was dumb. All right, here we go. Let's see if it still smokes like a freight train. A little more persuasion. Okay, well, I think I'm guessing the grass was holding the governor in a higher than normal RPM. Let's go ahead and put a amp clamp on the plug and see if we can get an RPM reading out of it. So this little handy dandy guy is our spark plug amp clamp. Spark plug side, not spark plug side. So we'll put it on just like so. Close the little switch. We're going to plug this into my meter. This is a Fluke 88.5 automotive multimeter. And we're going to go to the RPM setting. Problem is I can never remember which setting to do. Okay, RPM 1, RPM 2. So one of these is, I'm guessing the RPM 2 is it sparks every 2 strokes. RPM 1 is going to be it sparks every single stroke. And that is why I don't know. I don't know the difference. I can't remember because they both give me an RPM 1, RPM 2 option. But well, we'll try that one. I don't know. Let's see what happens. We need to keep this safe. We need to keep the dogs safe. And let's see what kind of speed we get out of this machine. So it looks like for whatever reason they both give the same RPM. It looks like we're about 2600 RPM, which I think is kind of slow. Aren't these babies supposed to be like 3600 RPM? Maybe I bent something. I'm guessing that I did bend something when I was poking around trying to figure out how to get the grass out of there. Oh, yeah. What is this? Everything's free moving. Here, have a look. So everything looks like it's moving the way it's supposed to. This spring, I'm pretty sure, does absolutely nothing. This little hairspring is in its position. Governor flap moves like it's supposed to. I don't really know how to adjust speed on a mower like this, unless 2600 is the right RPM. I'm gonna do some research. Well, I gotta say I haven't seen anything that's really helpful, so I'm thinking Then I'm just going to take this guy and I'm going to bend it outward and try to get a speed that we're looking for. Or perhaps we bend this guy. Yeah, that doesn't change a darn thing. I mean, that moves it back and forth. We need this thing bent out. We need more spring tension. I don't know. Let's play with it. Here we go. Okay, I think that'll do it. Put the air filter back on. And okay, nope, that's not good. That's not good at all. What happened? What the heck happened? We're gonna bend that back a little bit. Try again. Let's see if we can adjust it on the fly. I'm good with that. You good with that? I think I'm good with that. Let's take this out of here before I destroy it. Okay. I think we made some good progress today. I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. And next it'll be oil change and a bath. And, well, we got to check out the blade too. See you tomorrow. Just kidding. So I decided to empty these because they smell like used power steering fluid. So I dumped out all that fluid because it really didn't smell very good. And these cans are really neat. My buddy gave me these. I don't know how old they are. They may not be very old at all. I just thought they'd be fun to use as old oiling containers. The one I have with the pump on it, the thumb pump, it leaks out of the bottom. So I decided that was not the best tool to use. I think that's pretty good. I don't really want to scratch up and mar the surface. I'm guessing this one's older, this one's somewhat newer. No identification on this one, but I'm going to let these babies drain and we'll put some useful oil in them. And we're back for another violently exciting day. So I believe I have a collection of stuff that I hope I can find something thin enough and long enough. Nope, that's the end of that. Okay. I want to find a rod that I can use to reattach the grass deflector, but I don't think I have a rod. Definitely don't have a spring. Do we really need a spring? Guess that's the question. You know, maybe one of the Franken mowers has a deflector with a spring and a rod. Let's go take a look. Okay, now I gotta remember. Hello, Blue. I have dust. Gross. Where was I? Spider on my face. Oh boy, we are not in the great place right now. Anyway, hello, Blue. I have plans for you. Kept telling myself, man, I'd love a square body project. Man, I'd love a square body project. And then one day it dawned on me, hey, you own one. And it's rough. It's really rough, but I vow this summer, this thing will be out of here and it'll be running and we'll at least take it for a trip through the field. I vow it. I'd like to get rid of the plow because I have no reason whatsoever to use it to plow the driveway. It's an older unit. It has some leaks, has some kinks, has some quirks. So anyway, that's for another day. Okay, I think, whoa, dang it, bugs. That's I think that's the Frankenmower. I believe the engine from that one came off of this deck, but the problem is that deck uses wing nuts, which I am not going to be using. This appears to have a similar discharge setup as the other one, which it does. There's a spring and has a rod going through it. You know what? Let's see if we can rig something else up. Let's get creative here, huh? Okay, so we're switching over to the Micro Fizzones because I don't trust the audio on this stinking phone. I found this guy, an excessively long screw. Someone might be able to tell me which applications are best used for this device, but I don't know why there's not a hole on the other side. I'm sure there's some good explanation, but I think I'm going to use the self-tapping tip, bore through it, thread it in, then we're going to cut it off at a certain point, and then we're going to do some good old-fashioned cross-threading and put a nut on the end. That way it's like a nylock, but it's hillbilly style. Also, I have a bunch of springs. We used to have a Chevy Cavalier before I decided to wreck it, and I did brakes on it, and I had a ton of springs with it. So I'm going to see if we can find a spring that may just work for this application. You guys like swimming pools? Ugh. Buy a big pile of chlorine tablets, and actually, is this chlorine? Alkalinity, never mind. Actually, just don't buy a pool. Save yourself nightmare headache and excessive fund drainage. Let's see what we have in here. This is kind of what I'm talking about, but that is stiff. Super stiff. Oh, the missus is calling me. BRB. And we're back for another grand-tacular day. Oh, I gotta put my microphone on. One moment. So last I recall, we were trying to find a spring for this guy, and I think I found a pretty good candidate. We need one leg of the spring to go underneath the plastic and push down on the metal here, and then we need the other tang of the spring to come and stick up through here. So I think this one's long enough. We can stretch it to make it a little bit longer if we need to. I'm going to see if it's possible to bend a couple of these ends straight without breaking it and see if we can accomplish what we want. Okay, so don't mind that. It's a project my daughter is working on for her mama. I think these pliers will work. So I don't know if heating this up first would be a good idea. I guess we'll find out one way or another. Yep, that's the object of this game. Just open that baby up. What is that? Oh, it's a ladybug. Okay, hello ladybug. And we're gonna go a little bit further. Something like that. I think that's really all we need. I'd like for the end not to stick down like that, because otherwise it's going to gouge either the metal or the plastic depending on which side it's touching. So let's curl that baby up a little bit, like so. That way we kind of have a more friendly rubbing surface. And let's try this side. It's going to be a bit on the ugly side. I think, let's see, we're going to need it like this. Oh, that's a bummer. It's the opposite way I want it to. Let's see. I can't do it that. Yeah, we can do it that way, I guess. I don't know. Let's go play with it. All right. So here we are, playing with our spring, and then we'll have to curl this one around. We might have to end up sort of folding some things, not folding, but twisting the spring a bit to give it more spring tension to help hold that flap down. This could hurt a lot. Yep, that's gonna hurt. Okay, that's good progress. I'm gonna have to thread this whole thing in. It works, mostly. I think this one on this side needs to be a little longer because She's just barely hanging over the end there. And then this one, we'll curl it down to engage this plastic a little better and not make a sharp point of ouchiness. All right, I'll see you in 15 minutes when I get this undone. All right, sweet mods are done. Made these a little bit longer. I can't remember which way I had it. I think I want it this way. Let's straighten that out a little bit. Try to make it look like a professional spring. Come on. This isn't a half butted facility. We are a full butted facility. Stay. You get back over there where you belong. You come out here more and bend down, please. I might have to bend it with the pliers here. Okay, make this less of a sharps hazard. Is it as tight as the factory spring? No. Is it going to do its job? Well, I guess we'll have to test it, won't we? Next order of business. Let's self-tap this thing through here. Got my drill with a square tip and an extension. Now we just need to cut the end off of that. Actually, breaking it off might be even better if we could do that. I say break it off because sometimes that's easier than cutting, just as long as we break it in the right spot. Oh boy, that's a robust screw. Okay, engage your safety goggles and go. Yes, this is right next to the fuel tank, so although the odds of me blowing it up are fairly slim, let's just use our brain here for a moment. This way, these old sweatpants soak up the fuel and then give us a nice full ignition source. Just kidding. We're going with the cardboard barrier. That'll work. Here we go. Try again. All right, we survived. Now, I have an idea. Well, hold on here. Okay, now we're gonna find a nut to cross thread on there so that we make this job look fully professional, as we are not a half-butted establishment here. Okay, we're getting there. Found a good candidate. This guy here happens to be an 11mm nut, and I'm using a short socket, not a long one, because I need to be able to push in order to get it started, because it's going to resist being cross-threaded. Who knew? Oh, I found a better one. It's even black. It matches. How awesome is that? So that guy's going to go on there. Should go on there just peachy with some effort. I'm going to have to put another one behind it because we don't have a whole lot of thread to work with here. So I need to get my wheel adjuster out of the way. There we go. Okay, let's try this again. Actually, that went on pretty nicely by itself. Except now we're spinning the other side, which we'll use the appropriate tool to hold it in place. There we go. That was loud. Oh, the problem is the other end. How frustrating is that? I think part of the problem is that this tip is not quite big enough for that screw. Let's see if we have a bigger tip. Plan B, use this instead. Watch, I'm gonna break the screw. Oh, the frickin' hot tub was on. It's getting easier. There it is, folks. I think it's gonna work. I think. We'll just have to cross our fingers. Okay, that was entertaining. For me, anyway. And we're back for another wonderful day. I just survived what you would call children. We're hosting a few other kids tonight, so everyone gets to have a nice fun sleepover, and it can be a lot when you have 5 small humans running around your house. Although I will say, it's really not that bad. I will say it's kind of fun especially because other people's kids tend to behave much better when they're not around their parents. And the kids that we have over right now, they're really well behaved. And interestingly enough, our children seem to behave better when they're here as well. So, win-win. And my wife said, why don't you go out to the garage and do a little filming before you have too many bushlight apples. I do highly recommend those. They are tasty. Doesn't sound tasty, but it's tasty. If you like low quality beer with a hint of apple. Okay. All right, so moving on, I really wanted to give this a bath, spruce it up, find some black spray paint, maybe make it look, I don't know, an extra $5 worth of goodness. But it's, we're under a freeze warning yet again. So I think we're going to go ahead and check out the blade, check out the balance, clean up the bottom of the deck with a wire brush, and we'll go from there. Okay. Mobile 1. Good for your engine. Ugh. Better for your lawnmower as a jack stand. Yeah, it looks gross under there. In fact, we're just going to go like this. Use the rocking chair as our jack stand. You saw this once. Let's see it again. Ew. Jim Carrey style. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's significantly unpleasant looking. Although the blade, on first inspection, no, that is basically a square on the end. So we have a little fun ahead of us. Okay, let's see what size apparatus we need to remove that mower blade. I'm guessing it's going to be standard because everything else on this monster that's not really a monster has been standard. Ouch. What do you think? 9/16 perhaps? Oh man, I'm getting good. Not really. I compared the size on the socket holder to what I saw with my eyeballs, and I got lucky. Here we go. Oh, I forgot to turn up the mustard. We were only at level 1, but that's okay. Still did the job. Way to go, Rid-Jid. There is our blade. It's a little bit of a yikes. There's no sharpness really whatsoever. It's probably never been changed, never been maintained. The adapter comes off surprisingly easy. I do not believe we have to worry about a bent crankshaft because when this thing was running, it was running smooth. Very little vibration. So let's go ahead and get some scraping apparatuses as well as a wire brush. And let's go ahead and clean up the grass carcass that's clinging to this thing for life. Okay, so here we go. The least fun part of restoring a machine. I use the term restoring very lightly. Let's go ahead and start scraping that grass carcass. And go. Okay, step 1 is looking pretty darn good. Got the majority of the carcass off. And now we're going to switch to some wire brush action. But first, because my sinuses are extremely sensitive to anything that's not oxygen, I'm going to go find a mask. I know. Bunch of awesome, tough, macho people out there. That's not me. If I don't wear a mask, I'm going to end up waking up with blood all over my pillow from my nose. Okay, folks, all rants aside, let's have some fun. And go. Okay, I'm gonna open those windows. Open the garage, because now it's a dust party in here. Okay, we have successfully cleaned out the inside of the mower deck. Looks considerably better than it did. Let's go ahead and check the mower blade itself. See if we have any balance or imbalance. Actually, we need to clean that off too. Otherwise, all this junk on here could cause imbalance as well. And go. All right, this is my mower blade checking apparatus. Take a level, make it somewhat level. Take a screwdriver, put the screwdriver through the hole as centered as possible. And you can see we are heavy on the driver's side by a considerable amount. Center it again. Yep, same thing. So let's go ahead, clean up these edges, take a little bit off on the driver's side, and we'll see if we can make this baby nice and level. Well, what do you know? I didn't click record. Not that you're upset. Oh, geez. Okay, so basically I sharpened up the edges. They say they don't have to be sharp like a knife, which I agree with, but you know, maybe I want my blades sharp like a knife. And then over time, as the blade runs, it will, you know, dull itself into a normal mower edge. Also, I went on a safety rant. I don't know why I'm getting so safety conscious today. Maybe it's because we get these horrible notifications at work about people in our state, workers specifically, dying of different horrendous accidents. I don't know why they feel like they need to send us that information, but it's a bit unpleasant, a bit heart-wrenching. And so maybe I just feel sentimental today and I wanted to talk about safety. So I marked the driver's side of the blade with some paint. Let's see how we are looking. Not bad. Not bad. Still a little heavy on the driver's side. Still a lot heavy on the driver's side. All right, let's take some material off, sharpen it up, and go from there. And go. Recheck. Oh yeah, that's what I like to see. You'll have to take my word for it, but it looks way better than it did. Okay, here we go. Beautiful. The key is built into this adapter. Okay, the blade was on there like this. I would like to make sure it's going to spin in the correct direction. Come on. Pulling down the brake, popping off the spark plug wire. The boot is removed because I know you guys are passionate about that type of safety. We are spinning in the wrong, nope, we are spinning in the correct direction. We cut here, the angle of the blade shoots the grass up and out. So we're in good shape there. Let's tighten her back down. I'm gonna get a pry bar, make sure we have the right torque to my calibrated elbow. Screaming children, having a great time. Okay, we're on there, nice and tight. Also known as good and tight. Okay, let's set this baby down. Actually, is there a drain plug on the bottom for the sump? There is. So maybe we actually drain this baby from the sump for once instead of out the dipstick tube. It appears to be the size of a 3/8 ratchet, which it is. You can't see at all. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. I don't even know if I hit record. Drain plug right there. Size 3/8 ratchet. What do you call that? Engagement square? I don't know. Whatever. Put that baby in there. Kind of like the filler drain plug on certain axles. Holy cow, they're so loud. I know you guys like messes, but let's see if we can prevent one. We'll turn the blade this way, and we're just gonna set that baby down right on top of that drain pan. Let's have a look, see if anything's draining. Oh, look at that. The Earl is coming out. Wow, there's a lot in there. Okay, I'm gonna let that go for a while. Okay, starting to make a mess. Surprise, surprise. Clean that baby off, clean that baby off. That is some rough looking oil. We'll examine the oil after we're done putting the plug back in, see what kind of debris we have in there. Hopefully there's not a lot. That should be good. Don't want to over tighten it, potentially crack this boss here. Let's see, how's that oil look? Not bad. There is a little bit of moisture, a little bit of glitter. Come have a look. You can see a couple of white streaks in there. I think that's moisture. I don't see a lot of glitter. I just see really, really black oil. Holy cow. I bet this stuff's never been changed. Woo, this mower's gonna be happy after today. Nice fresh oil change. Okay, let's put some new stuff in there. Let's see here. Briggs, 4.5 horse, Electrolux mower, sump capacity. Nope, not vapacity. Capacity. 15 to 20 ounces, 0.44 to 0.59 liters. E450 series? No idea. Okay, so basically we're going to start adding oil, and then we're going to go ahead and just check it as we go, because I don't believe I have an ounce measurement device. That's okay. At least we know. Hey, look at that. SAE 30 weight oil. Perfect. That's what we're going to use. I'll always love these oil containers. This is Providence as well. Good old Rural King. No markings whatsoever on the side of the container for what kind of quantity you're pouring in. Whatever. They do what they want. Caution, do not overfill. We're probably going to overfill it. I know, this looks ridiculous. We'll go over here. There, that's still ridiculous. Is noise cancellation on? No, we're good. Okay, here we go. Oh boy, that did not go down as quickly as I thought it would. Wow, crossing my eyes like that definitely made my eye twitch. All right, we'll let that settle. I'm going to repeat the process a few times. Probably not show you what's on the stick once I'm done, because it's most likely going to be incorrect, but just assume that it's correct. All right. I will show you, because I did a pretty good job. Although I don't know if this is touch to case or thread in. I'm going to go with thread in. But if you look, we are right up to the top of the mesh. And I also did level the deck because the front wheels were considerably lower than the rear, which would cause the oil to go to the front, which would make this read lower than it actually is. So these are all on the same setting, all four wheels. I did spill a lot because that's my modus operandi. And so I went ahead and brake cleaned the heck out of everything. Try to make sure I, don't leave too much of a mess. Lost my microphone again. Oh no, I didn't. I put it on my chest. Oh my gosh. Come on, dude. No more apples. Not today, anyway. I think that's good enough. I'd like to give this a little bit of a bath anyway, because I'd like to sell it and get a couple bucks out of it. Like I said, the missus found it on the side of the road. Somebody just said, nope, I'm done with this machine. And here we are, bringing it back to life. Especially with today's prices. Don't get me wrong, it's not the worst. It's also not the best, but I filled up the Yukon today, which was a mistake, for $5 a gallon. And 20 gallons and $117 later. Well, there we were, full and good to go for 1 week. Ugh. Combine that with the Tahoe, who gets 20 plus gallons a week, and that's a boatload of money. And it's hard for us, hard for everyone else. Whatever, my rant is done. You know me, I stay neutral as much as I can, except for, of course, when we're talking about wearing a mask. Apparently. I'm gonna clean this mess, well, I'm gonna move this mess to a different location, because I do want to start the mower. But you know what? We're probably going to go outside for this because otherwise it's just going to launch all this dust everywhere, and I don't really need that. Of course, the Jolly Green Giant is in the way. I brought it in here because it gets a flat tire about every 6 to 7 days. I bought some gas, by the way. It's really exciting, especially when rec fuel is over $6 a gallon. But that's all I put in my small engine stuff these days. You don't even have to clean out the carb for the winter or drain the fuel for the winter because there's no ethanol. This stuff's way more stable. When I sell these machines, I put a cute little thing on Marketplace about how you get a full tank with the machine, and at $97 a gallon, well, that's a heck of a deal. I know. I'm funny. Let's go outside, see how she runs with a nice new crankcase full of clean oil. Okay, you can stop. Stop. Okay. Okay. You guys ready? I'm ready. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Clamp this little guy down and go. Yeah, you did this the other day too, didn't you? Mow some grass. I have put the mower deck all the way up as high as it'll go because this grass is super thick. I purposely left this area of overgrown grass just for this video. I mowed the rest of the lawn even though it may not look like it, but here we go. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's get this guy back out of the way. Pardon my back fat. Okay. Looking good. Let's close down shop for the night. So it still smells a little hot, but I mean, I cleaned that baby out, so there's really no reason for it to be that hot. Maybe we're just burning off some residual stuff. I don't know. Anyway, I'm feeling pretty good about this machine. I think our final step will be a nice bath, maybe a shot of spray paint if I'm feeling super sassy. Then we'll go from there. It's been a good day. I think tomorrow's going to be a good day too. Maybe even the next day. I don't know. Hopefully they'll all be good days. That's what I shoot for. Also, lastly for the day, there's something about the name Electrolux that makes me really happy. If you feel so inclined and want to tell me what year this machine was made, that'd be cool. You know, little homework for you fantastic people out there. Because I know you all just love homework as much as I did as a kid. I'm not sure why I'm still talking. So, all right. And we're back for another gorge-tacular day. I think we're going to take this little machine, we're going to take it out to the hose, and we're going to give it some love. And we will see if we can clean it up a bit. Alrighty then. We have some crud cutter, we have some water, we have a brush, we have a dog with a stick, and we're going to combine all of that together and hopefully make this a new beautiful shine of green. Though time will tell. And cue the hyperlapse. I gotta say, I am actually extremely impressed right now. I did not expect Crud Cutter to do as good of a job as it did. And all I really had to do is let it soak and sit. No, I'm not sponsored because I've talked smack about Crud Cutter in the past. Having a streak-free formula, which wasn't actually streak-free, but it really cut through all of the goo. And that rhyme was not on purpose. Tighten. It's biodegradable, but that doesn't mean you put your stick on there and you eat it. Fetch. Fetch it up. I don't want it. Come on, fetch. Thank you. Off you go. I mean, look at the wheels. Holy smokes. I barely even did anything. I just sprayed this stuff on here and here we are. So, well, you know what? I'll tell you what, Crud Cutter, if you're watching, which I guarantee you're not, send me some stuff. Reach out to me through that good old contact platform that still is, even though through YouTube, full of spam. Hey, tractor fella, we watched you do this and we think you'd be a great fit for it. Would you like to try one of our products and put it on your show? Well, gee whiz, guys, I'd love to do that. That sounds really cool. What products do you have to offer? Oh, well, we have these to offer. Okay, yeah, I'd like this one. A week later, well, gee, what do you know, tractor fella? That one just happens to be gone. Is there? What about this one? Would you like this? It's used for plucking leaves off of trees. Thank you, but I'm gonna pass. Oh, okay. Well, how about this one? You can count pieces of hay in a hay bale. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and check that box that says no longer interested. Thanks for your time. Have a great life. I hope your spam and your falsities pay off for you through someone else other than me. Titan, I don't know what you're looking for. I don't have it. If you want that little teeny piece of wood, go get it. All right, rinse number 2. And cue the music. And go. Okay, let's make sure it still runs now that it's been given the runs. No, dude, no. Hopefully it's not too full of water. Okay, I hear some water sizzling, I'm sure out of the muffler. I think we are pretty much done for this episode. I've decided I'm not going to take all the effort to put any paint into this thing and get kind of overly ridiculous with it. Is it really that expensive a machine? No. So I don't think I'm going to take the time to do that. But I am going to take the time to just polish it up once more, give it a little extra love, and hopefully somebody will be able to continue enjoying it for however many years it decides to keep going. I don't foresee this thing stopping anytime soon. I mean, the crank's not bent, the wheels are straight, it starts pretty easy as you just saw. It's been sitting a couple days. Didn't even do the whole surging thing on that initial startup, so that's promising. But I hope you Muffler's hot. Pinky skin, gone. One of these days I'll figure that out. It's just not going to be today, but I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me and bringing old junk back to life. Thank you to my lovely assistant who decided to pick this up. I appreciate it if you're watching. I know you do watch because for some reason you love me. If you enjoyed this episode or any of my others and feel like hanging around for more, well, we'd love to have you back. I say we because I have a lot of friendly people that subscribe to this channel, and well, we'd love to see you back. And to all of those friendly folks that are out there, thanks for coming back and hanging with me, even though I can't get videos out as much as I want because, well, you know, life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. You want your leaf? You gonna get your leaf? Can you fetch up your leaf? Come on, fetch it up. Get your leaf. I don't want your leaf. Come on, take it. Okay, thank you. No, we just cleaned that. We don't. You know what? We'll call that a spit shine from a dog. Perfect. Okay, off you go. Thanks, buddy. All right, we're looking spick and span for the most part. These handlebars don't seem to want to let go of the streaks left by the crud cutter, but still did a pretty amazing job. Ouch! When you cut a zip tie, don't cut it at an angle. That's all I have to say about that. Anyway, thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time right here on the Tractor Fella channel. We're gonna do something different this time. Come here. Hey, right here. Hey, come here. Look at the people. Look at the people. You're gonna do a doggy head bunt. Okay, you ready? And goodbye.